We are getting our first look at new evidence that prosecutors say police found on Luigi Mangione. The images show a gun, bullets, and even a note reading in part, "Pluck eyebrows." The 27-year-old will be back in court later this morning, and he wants the judge to throw out some of that evidence. Mangione is charged with killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson about a year ago. He has pleaded not guilty. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman is here with me in studio after being in the courthouse yesterday. Katrina, good morning. Why did prosecutors release these images, and what do they reveal that we didn't know before?
These are being released because we're seeing them in court, Errol, as part of these suppression hearings, this effort by the defense to get some of this evidence not allowed in if we go to trial. So they're slowly letting the public see some of these exhibits. Now, you're not seeing the body-worn camera footage yet. We've been watching that a lot in court, but the judge has decided he doesn't want that to be fully public. If you come to the courtroom, you can see it, but otherwise you can't. But these images are quite revealing. We have the gun that was found in his backpack. There was also a red journal. You hear someone in the footage, one of these police officers, refer to it as a manifesto. The woman who finds it calls it a journal. There's also these notes, which seem to indicate some form of planning, Errol. You see that Mangione had sketched out maps, routes to different places. He mentioned that the FBI is slower at night. He also references checking reports for the current situation. As you mentioned, there's some talk about his clothing, his appearance. There's that note about pluck eyebrows. That really stood out to me because when he was spotted at that McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, he had his beanie on, his mask on. All they could really see were those eyebrows. She said it was hard to identify him, but they are very distinctive.
Interesting. And so what did we learn about how his backpack was searched? Because you know that his defense team is trying to get some of this evidence thrown out.
You're right. And that's a key question because they did not have a warrant when they initially searched that backpack. The defense says that that violated Mangione's constitutional rights. So we do see the officer Wasser, who testified yesterday, Errol. She began searching the backpack at the McDonald's. She testified that they were worried about a bomb. They were concerned about safety. This was a search incident to arrest. As soon as she finds what's a loaded magazine actually wrapped in what appeared to be damp underwear, Errol, they decide that they're going to bring this back to the station. And you actually hear someone in the background saying that it's 100% him, referring to the New York shooter that they know the police have been looking for around the country. But it's been very revealing to see how all of that unfolded. Honestly, a lot of the search ends up looking rather haphazard, Errol. When they're back at the station, they're not necessarily writing down each item, cataloging it. And something the defense flagged is that as soon as she got to the station, she unzipped a pocket, and that's when they found the gun. The defense questioned why it was that moment and tried to insinuate that she actually searched in that bag as she was driving from the McDonald's to the station because it just came to light then. So a lot of questions being raised and a lot of scrutiny about what happened that day.
And it could have a major implication on evidence included or excluded. Fascinating to listen to what unfolded there. Katrina, thank you so much.
Thank you.